What's up, black man? What's up, brothers? What's up, kings? And this is to all men in general, but specifically my brothers, specifically my kings. All right, I'm gonna make this real quick. Um, Black men and men in general, particularly black men. All right, fellas. Uh, you know, I'm no different collectively than you guys, especially my brothers that I know personally and love personally. I'm no better. Um, I have withdrawn myself from my ego. All right. So with that being said, I'm not preaching. This ain't no preaching session or none of that. All right. I just want to share a couple of things that I have learned. I spoke to, I've been speaking to a couple of my good brothers for the last couple of days, and I have been analyzing things along with things that are going on in our society, along with things that we are confronted with white supremacy, uh, as well as the things that we are confronted with our female counterpart in America. Okay, and so I'm saying that to say, um, you know, this is not me projecting anything as if I'm better because I'm not. I'm a work in progress. I'm a student of you guys. I'm a student of history. I'm a student of life. I'm a student of our ancestors, our African ancestors, our black ancestors, and I'm a student of the universe. So I'm a work in progress, as is you guys. But the reason why I had to preface it with that because I'm coming hard. Y'all know me, and this is no social media facade. This is exactly how Five is in person, and y'all who know me know that. All right, so there has been a paradigm shift online, and it is reverberating in society, which is um, there is a spotlight shined on female nature, particularly American female nature, all races, but our women, and it's not all of them. Y'all know what I say. It's 85% of them, and I'm seeing a lot of fellas um, getting congratulatory about that. And that's a problem, all right? Because that's not nothing to congratulate because that's not a win. Y'all understand what I'm saying, fellas? Now, it's a productive thing or constructive thing that we hold our women or our females accountable for their dysfunctional behavior. But that's nothing to congratulate because we still exhibit dysfunctional behavior on a large scale. And that's what I come to talk about. And also, y'all know, those who follow me, y'all know I've been uh, titanium hard on females, the female nature, American female nature, and how they behave um, for the last 2.5 years. I am red pill, which means just being rooted in the truth. So, um, with that being said, um, I'm seeing that we're not about to just deflect. We're going to talk about our dysfunction, mine's and yours, because we in this together. Whether y'all know it or not, whether you want to accept it or not, we're in this together. All right. So, with that being said, I'm not gonna wrap y'all up, but I'm just telling you what's about to come. I'm about to start going real hard on black males. Now, black men, uh, black men are doing the work. Black men are who taught me, are one of the aspects of my teachings is from black men and black women. So I'm about to push this. Okay. So let's get down to it. All right, black males is who I'm talking to in particular. Um, I used to be a black male. Used to be a black male. Um, I used to exhibit attributes of undisciplined, unlearned, um, always want to be entertained, always want to be sexually pleasured, always want to be, quote unquote, um, false bravado, always wanted the attention of a lot of attractive black women, you know, and to a certain extent, and I was successful, if you can call it that, at some of those things. Um, but all of those things were to my detriment, as it is to you guys, the black males I'm talking to, and you know what I'm talking about. All right. I'm about to start hitting hard on every single dysfunctional behavior of black males and men in general. But I'm a black male. I'm a black man. I used to be a black male, so I know the detrimental results of that. All right. So let's get down to it. Black males who, you know, you're handsome, or you have a certain level of prestige, whether it be in the hood, where I'm from and where a lot of us from, or whether it be in corporate America or wherever. Um, a lot of you all, not me, not no more. A lot of you all are entrenched in your ego. So what that does is it makes you want to uh, be validated. And for a black male, the best validation is sexual attention from attractive black women. Let's be honest. And to be able to enjoy the sexual attention of attractive black women. Now, that is fun on a mundane scale. It's entertainment because that's what sex is, as Jason Black and Tariq and Professor Black Truth and uh, um, Dr. Chancellor Williams, and I can name a bunch of our scholars, as a lot of our fathers, uncles have told us. That's entertainment, just like sports. That's entertainment. But there's a time and a place for that. So why am I saying this? All right. So a lot of black males, they're comfortable with, you know, uh, indulging in all of these sexual attention that they can get, or trying to pursue sexual attention from a lot of attractive black women for the purpose of just, having sex, menial sex, unconstructive sex, any casual sex, busting a NUT. You're thinking with your little head, not this head, and that's a problem because we all know the results of that. You impregnate these females who are lost themselves. You shouldn't be lost, but they're lost. But you impregnate them. Now you got a child out of wedlock that you can't afford, or even if you can afford, you don't want to be with her. You ain't want to put no ring on her finger. So now she's bitter. And I don't take nothing away from her choices, because she chose you and you chose her. So the point I'm trying to make is this thirst that you all have. I had it, but I don't have it no more. This thirst that you all have for these Instagram models, and just attractive women or attractive black women in period that you see in the hood or at work or whatever. That shit is gonna have to end, Holmes, because that's a weakness, fellas. I'm gonna say that again. That is a weakness. Now, by nature, of course, you're gonna be attracted to them. But this thirst, the thirst, that's a weakness. And they are exploiting your weakness as they have exploited my weakness when I was a black male. You understand? How are they doing it? We know how they're doing it. They're using you guys for money, for attention, for dates, foodie dates. They're turning you guys against other black males because it's a power dynamic. So if you have these weaknesses and you're not addressing them, or we're not addressing them as black men, brothers, then you're going to be exploited. Now, why do I say this? When I was a black male, I was exploited for the weaknesses of me being a black male. And I happen to have grown up with my father. And my father, one thing I noticed about my father, he never, he would listen to me in my complaints. And that's another thing I must touch on. In my complaints about me being exploited, whatever it was, regardless of if it was female, whether it was on the job, whether it was in social life, whatever it was, he would listen. And he would sympathize because he went through it too. But he would never, ever, ever not check me on the fact that it was my fault I was exploited. Let me give you an example. And I said this on my brother T.O.P.'s podcast. Shout out to T.O.P. T.O.P. podcast. T.O.P. cast. I said this on this podcast a couple days ago with brother Roe and another brother Tony. When I went through my most recent my situation a couple years ago with the black female that I went through, and it was that red pilled me. And I'm talking to my father, and I'm telling him, and I'm running. My father still married to my mother, 37 years, and I'm running down to him all the things that I did wrong, and all the things that she did, and the circumstances, and how my money I was up, and then I went down, and then the situation, and all of this, right? My father listened to me, right? And this was interesting. I had to, retroactively, I understand now. And my father said to me, he was like, well, son, it sounds like that you had a great experience, but it sounds like you made a lot of mistakes. This is what he said to me, face to face, straight to my eye. Sounds like you made a lot of mistakes. And I'm listening to him. And I'm emotional, and I'm like, damn. This is what I'm saying in my head. I'm like, damn. I just told him all this shit that she did and all of this, and he ain't even going to address none of that. Facts. And he was like, yeah, you made a lot of mistakes, son. And he said, you're going to have to figure out and outline the mistakes you made, and you can't make them again. Because as you can see, look where it has got you. Because at that point in time, this was 3.5 years ago, but I had lost my apartment. I still had my wheels, but my money was down, and I had to live with him. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, you need to rectify that. Basically, is what he was saying to me. Like, and he was, but the point of this is what I'm trying to say. He didn't demean me, but he just gave me brass tacks. And black males, look, I know a lot of you all have grew up without a father. And that is traumatic. And I'm not better than you, or no black man is better than you because they had a father. I know black men who have not grown up with a father who are more productive and more thorough than I am at my age. This is a fact. But the point I'm trying to make is this world does not care about us, as we know. This world does not care about what we went through, what we're going through, what we go through in the streets, what we go through if we get incarcerated, what we go through with our females, what we go through. This world does not care. Okay? Now, we should care. I care. Black men care. That's why we have these discussions. But the world don't care. All right? So, black males, this sexual this undisciplined sexual behavior that y'all are exhibiting. Because I'm watching y'all. Y'all liking every single extremely attractive Instagram females picture, half naked, all the time. Y'all know y'all do it. I never did it, but I understand. That's a problem. That's thirst. You're setting yourself up to be exploited, because see, what's going to happen is you may meet a female that looks like that in real time, and she's going to put you together. I'm telling you, she's going to put you together. I've been put together by her because I've always had them, and I'm not boasting. I'm just telling you. So that's just going to have to stop. Y'all going to have to stop practicing sexual discipline. And the black men in the sound of my voice, we're going to have to point this shit out. You see your man, he ain't got no sexual discipline. Oh, just because she got a fat ass, just because, and he want to chase her down. Nah, what are you doing? What you doing? Can you pay her bills? No. Not saying you should, but can you pay her bills? No. Are you going to put a ring on her finger? No. Are you going to take care of her kids? No. Are you going to teach her something? No. Are you going to tell her to pick up a book? No. So what the fuck are you doing? You just trying to bust a nut. Ninja, go whack off. Period. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it is what it is. Practice some sexual discipline. Go exercise. Go run. I had to do the same thing, fellas. Look, back to me. A couple years ago, I was in a relationship with a black woman, very attractive black woman. Basically got IG model. And I love her to death. She said something to me that was so paramount. I was going through some things. Well, we was together for like two and a half years. I was going through some things, but she was with me, right? And she said to me, she says, "You always complaining." She said this straight to my face. This is my girl. This is when I was a black male. She says, "You always complaining." And she was like, "Do something about it." And family, when I tell you, this is why it takes yin and yang, positive and negative. When I tell you that struck, man, that was like a lightning bolt. Because I was doing stuff about my complaints, but I was doing too much complaining. You understand? Because I was a black male. So she was like, you complaining. Like, you always complaining. And after she told me that, family, I promise you, I stopped complaining. Because first of all, as we know, don't nobody care. Only the people who love you care. The world don't care. And if you're lucky, you got a woman like I did who actually cared. But she was like, she didn't want to keep hearing that shit. She had her own problems. And she trying to work it out. But she didn't want to hear no complaints. So the point I'm trying to make is this. Black men, you're going to have to practice sexual discipline. And here's the second point. And I'm going to end it at this because I'm going to do a live stream on this. To the black males, I know a lot of you guys work for the dominant society. And I'm not trying to shame you for that, because that's pretty much a lot of our circumstances, not mine. Used to be. But given the fact that you have to get a check from the dominant society, from a white man, basically, I'm noticing that a lot of you all are refraining from saying the things that need to be said in reference to this white supremacist terrorism that we're in. And that's going to have to end, because that is a weak. That's super weakness. That's more weak than this sexual undisciplined behavior that y'all are engaged in. That's way more weak. Okay, because you're a man. You're the first man. They're not better than you. The only reason that you are employed by them is because they do more studying. They you know what they do more? They do this. They do this more. This is what they do. They do this more than you. That's why they're your boss. I figured that out 5.5 years ago. I figured out that the only reason that my quote-unquote boss was my boss is because he knew more about whatever it was that I was working in, field I was working in, than I did. So basically, he was studying more. The old saying, we know it. It's cliche now. You want to hide something from a black man, put it in a book. That's the truth, family. That's the truth. When I started reading, and when I started taking what I've read and just examining life, and then getting on the internet and researching and getting on YouTube or whatever and watching videos of our scholars and juxtaposing that to what I've read and what I experienced, my whole life changed. I went up. I didn't go linear. I went up. My income went up. Everything went up. So the point I'm trying to make is this. I'm gonna end it in a couple of seconds. Y'all gonna have to pick up a book, huh? Every one of y'all, and I love y'all, but every one of y'all got a smartphone. Holmes, use that to learn something. Every day should be a school day. Guess what? Guess what? The person who knows more than you is stronger than you. And the person who's stronger than you can control you. And then guess what? Because this is a situation we in right now with our females. When you got a adversary or a male outside of your race that's stronger than you mentally and that's controlling you, guess what? Your women, your females are going to listen to him and his females. Why wouldn't they? You understand? Why wouldn't they? If I'm smarter than you, if a guy approaches me and I'm in a relationship with an attractive black woman, and he approaches me and he is smarter than I am, he's articulating himself more than I am, he got more money than I got, he got more power than I got, he got more resources than I got. Now, of course, in my feelings, in my emotions, or morality, I'm like, man, what? My woman gonna stick with me. But she's seeing that. And don't let him be as attractive. Holmes, your woman is gone. I'm telling you, this is what I'm saying, and that's a microcosm of the macro. This is what we're dealing with. Black men, we are not collectively thinking enough. Me, myself, that's why I keep working on thinking and studying. If you're focused on the NBA and the NFL, you can tell me all of this shit about these stats and these and all of this about these NFL players who you're not making no money off of, and you're a genius at sports, but you can't tell me nothing about microeconomics or macroeconomics or cryptocurrency or whatever the dynamics of the field that you work in, whether it's be automotive or engineering or whatever. You can't tell me you ain't a genius in that, but you a genius in what the Redskins or who, I don't watch sports, but no more. But you a genius in that shit. Holmes, that's why you an employee. So I'm gonna end it at that. Family, I love y'all, and I'm not no better than y'all. I'm a work in progress. This shit take work. I'm learning from other black men that are in a position where I want to be. I got 4 clients, they black men, and they all under they all under 55. These are millionaires. When they talk, I listen. I listen. Sometimes I type the shit that they say when we on the phone in my damn notes. That's how serious this shit is. Because I want to be where they are. I'm not gonna be where they are worrying about the NBA or NFL or young rapper, or looking at these bad bras on IG that I cannot afford to even deal with, or if I could, I couldn't keep them. You understand what I'm saying, fellas? So, hey, black men, let's get to work, man. That's what I got to say. Fellas, let's get to work. Peace. I love y'all.